Afternoon, boys and girls. And today we are going to be doing a twofer with you. The first thing that we are going to be doing is creating our mirepoix, which is a combination of onion, carrot, and celery, and that is going to be the base of our green pea soup. So we're going to get started. I've already washed my hands, obviously. I am going to get you looking down here at my cutting station. So first things first, I am going to take my damp cloth. Put that down. We're setting up a nice cutting station here. I've got my cutting board all set up here. My chef's knife. I've got my some things to cut, my carrots, my celery, and my onion. Got my bowl for my finished product, and I've got my bowl for my weights. Okay, so we're going to use our pincher grip on our chef's knife. We're going to use our claw grip on our hand. The first thing I'm going to start with is my celery. I've already washed all of the produce, so you don't have to worry about that. Cutting off just the bottom, we'll get rid of just a little small edge of the celery and the carrot. We don't really want to have that in our finished product. Now, the way that I'm going to chop my celery. We want everything in a fine dice for this recipe. So I am going to split lengthwise along that celery, but I'm going to leave it attached right here at the base, actually. So cutting down right through that celery. Then I've got that kind of stripped down into three. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So cutting that down, but leaving that attached still at the bottom. So there, you can see we've got two little kind of hands there. Pushing those together. I'm going to use the heel of my knife. I've got my pincher grip, and here we go. So we just want a really fine dice here. We're going to use our claw hand to keep pushing that through as we go. So just kind of rolling, keeping the tip down. We're just going to work our way slowly through that celery. The better you get, the quicker you can go. But for now, I just want you to focus on making even cuts and going slowly. I'll get those over there. Same thing for this guy. You really want to have uniform slices. You're going to be using the whole knife to cut through that. Same thing here. Same thing here. You really want to be careful of your hands with this. Now, we'll just go in little batches here. So using your knife, you're going to push those carrot edges up to create a flat surface that you're going to start with. Okay, and again, same as the celery, tip down, just very slowly cutting through that using the heel of the knife. Nice uniform pieces. Go slow. Try to get them as uniform as possible. That's really what we're looking for there. If you recall from our first lesson, the way that we are going to slice this onion is flat hand, chef grip. We're just going to slowly slice our way 3/4 of the way through. And I'm going to do 2 of these. Now, again, 3/4 of the way through, you're going to use the tip of the knife here, make a chop here, chopping it through, and at the 3/4 point is where we're going to stop. Now, so I've got my horizontal cuts, I've got my vertical cuts, and now using the heel of my knife, I am just going to slowly go through this, dicing it. Tip down, claw hand, and we're going to dice it until we get to that 3/4 point, at which point we're going to throw that away. We've got our nice fine dice of that onion. So next step in our recipe, we are going to saute the mirepoix as the base of our soup. We've got our carrot, our celery, and our onion chopped here. I am just going to take my 2 tablespoons of olive oil and pour that into the pot, heating that up nicely to get a good hot oil to saute in. I'll give that a minute, and I can see that that is starting to look on the warm side. That is perfect. Now I'm going to turn that heat down a little bit. And I'm going to toss in my mirepoix vegetables. Now, we're going to saute this for about 2 minutes. You can see I'm just going to keep stirring that around, coat the vegetables in oil. We're going to wait until they get nice and soft before we continue on to the next step of our recipe.